The Mike and Tony Show is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
This is Levita Gavon, and you've been listening to The Mike and Tony Show.
What's going down, my friend? Happy post-Thanksgiving. This is a rare one for the bingo players at home. This is not the Friday night podcast. It's not the occasional Saturday morning podcast or even the rare Sunday podcast, but it's a Saturday evening. I feel like we've had like 3 of these in 10 years.
Probably.
Yeah, very few. How are you, buddy? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. I did the turkey. People came over, and I did the turkey, obviously,
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, and so, spatchcock the turkey. It's a word. It's a thing. And so instead of cooking it full on, you cut the breast, the spine out of the turkey, and then you open it up and flatten it down. And instead of it being in the oven for hours, I literally went to go take a shower, came back down, and the turkey was ready.
Shut up.
Yeah, it takes like an hour and a half.
I've never heard of that.
It takes like an hour and a half because it's flat. You're cooking it flat.
Wow.
Right? And it's an even surface, just like if you were cooking like chicken breast or something like that, right?
Sure.
So that's why. And so, but yeah, it was great, a whole bunch of friends over and stuff like that. And so, it was a great.
Man, the super fast turkey. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So you didn't even know.
I didn't even know. Now I know. I always learn something new every week, Chris. So I'm glad we do this. We have a very special guest this week. It has been, we were talking about it maybe 10 years. You were like one of the very first guests that we had on. The great and powerful Tony Two-Tone is on with us today. Music producer, rapper extraordinaire over here.
Done a few things. Yeah.
Done a few things, right? Yeah. Pull that mic right up to you there, buddy.
Oh, okay. But it was definitely one of the earlier episodes at the very beginning. So it's been a minute.
Yeah. So what was even going on back then?
Dude, a lot
10 years ago, bro. I don't even remember.
We were drinking like crazy back in the day.
For sure.
We had, I think at the time, it was Smoked Out was here.
Yes,
Smoked
sir.
Out Entertainment. That's right.
Showed up with the tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole tribe. That's right. There was how many of them were in here? I don't even remember. It was like
6,
6 or 7 plus us and Mark.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of people in here at that time.
And I feel like you guys were performing at the time or something because you had like a bunch of stuff with you.
Well, they were recording stuff. They were doing like the vlogs and everything at that time, and that's when they were doing for their shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So you yourself have built quite a presence online, musically and everything. Talk to us about that. What's that journey been like? You putting out all this music?
Oh man, we could circle back to then, man. I mean, it's just been a roller coaster ride. But what ended up happening was stumbled into a record coming together that I had did with. Actually, I worked on the record with Bobby from Lighter Shade of Brown, DTTX. Oh. R.I.P. to my dog, Bobby Lion. Sorry, guys, there's a flashback there. Was kind of working on this record. He'd chime in and out on it. It was cool. We bounced some bars off each other. Give you guys a short story, really. I mean, there's a lot to it, of course, but
we have an hour and a half, so
I know. I mean, you guys feel free to ask questions, but I'll give you guys the quick story. We go from there. Yeah. So, fast forward. Unfortunately, Bobby had passed, and on my trips out to Vegas to visit him in the hospital, there was an A&R rep there, Andy. I can't remember the last name, but yeah, he's cool. Turns out he was one of Bobby's first managers. He was a manager at one point for Lighter Shade of Brown, and he was and at that time in music. And this is crazy. Like the world. I mean, since we got an hour and a half, so Andy, we'll pause right there on that part of the story and give you some little back history of me and Andy, because I didn't even know we had a history like that. When I met him, Facebook was like brand new, right? So I'm just. Man, to me, it was especially right now. I'm a kid at this time, but I see Andy. He's on Facebook, and he's always like putting out game, right? He's always like giving his opinion on stuff, and of course, being nosy, seeing what he's doing. And so I would send him messages just kind of like, hey, man, this is what I'm doing. And it was cool, man. He would respond and kind of kick me some game, right? And then so, again, here I am in the hospital, finally meet him and recognize, I was like, hey, man, I'm actually, so right then and there, we already had a connection. It was cool. So it's like 2 months later, a month later, man, I'm in Vegas. He's in Vegas hosting an event. He's like, yo, come to the hotel. Let's talk. So the record I had presented him, I had recorded in between that time, between the hospital and linking up with him in Vegas. The record I recorded turned out being called Her Love. I did it with Zigzag from MB Riders. Yeah. And so and that was a mission itself, man, because at that time I had a fallout with my music people. Like, I just didn't have a studio. Okay.
Gotcha.
And I knew I had this record, man. My boy 88 produced the beat. It was we kind of did like a spin-off of an Aaliyah record, and it came out dope, right? Like, I just needed to record it. Like, I like how it sounded and had everything done, but I didn't have no way to record it. So,
man, that's one of the big reasons as a songwriter. Like, I built a studio early on for myself because I think about that.
And I did, and that was a thing. But man, life was just crazy for me at this time, brother.
Yeah, totally. I'm just relating to that because I remember being younger too, when you've got like songs and you can't get them, especially because a lot of stuff I've done is like acoustic. But when you're dealing in like beats and things like that, like you really need a studio to put it down and walking around knowing you've got this like magic in your head.
And that's the thing. And so I'm resourceful, man. I'm resourceful. So funny story, as a kid, mom, I found myself always grounded, man. Mom always, but we lived across the street from a library, and that's where she let me go. So I was at the library, and so I'm in this situation. I do what I know best, man. I find this guy that's giving free recording lessons at the Corky Gonzalez Library.
Dude, it's so funny because as soon as you said library, I was going to ask, where is this at? That's the exact library that came into my head over there on Colfax, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! I work over there. I teach.
Oh, dude,
I teach at Lake Middle School.
I forever got love for that whole library, man, just because of what he did for me. So I called him and was like, hey, man, I really don't need lessons, but I have this record. It's clean. I just really need to record it. I don't even need you to mix and master it, nothing. I just need the stems. He says, come on by, let me hear it. Let me record it. Sent it to my guy, 88 took care of it. Mixed and mastered, we got it done. And I had it ready by the time I had met Andy.
How long did it take you?
Oh man, I just showed up, knocked it out in like an hour, dude. I was ready.
Let's to go. Clearly, he was ready.
Yeah, it was more time just explaining to him. I was like, dude, just hit record, please.
Yeah.
So man, and again, Andy. So Andy had took that being an A&R and plugged me in at Yuba City radio station in Yuba City, California. Had some fun after that, man.
Damn, what a cool story! That's crazy. That makes me so excited. I've taken my students on field trips to that library before, and that's a big part of that reason.
Dude, I want to start taking my daughter there. They got.
How old's your daughter?
She's 5 now.
Oh, okay.
So she's got her library card. So we're trying to.
Oh man, that's making the right moves at a young age.
We frequent the one right now in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah. Find me over there. Yeah, and plus, as a business owner, man, they let you, or not even a business owner, as a person, here's some free game. They allow you to print 100 pages a day, whether it's black or white or color, 100 pages for free. You just got to have a Denver library card.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was part of my come up on building this business, man, on saving money, right?
Resourceful, like you said, bro.
Boom.
Seriously. Wow. That is so cool to hear that. Man, what was I thinking a second ago? I was going to ask him something about back in the day.
Back in the day?
Yeah. No, either way, I can't remember what it was. But so So where did you go from there? So what happened after that? What happened with the record?
So of course, got that on Pandora. Still spinning today. I was fortunate to go, perform it with Zigzag at a couple events. He showed me love on it. But see, this is where I got to be accountable with myself, man. I let things get out of hand, and I just lost sight of things, and now it's just family, right? Trying to trying to be a family man, right? I got 2 kids at the time. Well, they're my stepkids, but they're my kids.
I understand that.
So it just, the math wasn't mathing, man.
Yeah, talk us through that a little bit. That's the thing. That's why one of the reasons I love this show is like getting to that vulnerable part of people, because we see this guy sitting in front of us now, but it's so cool to hear the journey. Like what was it like? Like what would you go through? What were those struggles? Like how did you push through it, etc.? How did you end up where you are now?
So cool, man. So I just got a job. And it sucks, man, because I mean, no real education. I got my GED. Anything I get is entry level, and that's a fact.
Yeah.
Not that I don't have the work ethic or anything. I mean, anything I've done proves I got the know-how. I got the work ethic.
Sure. Yeah. Of course.
But that's just the truth, right? But I'm struggling. Like you said, I'm struggling. So I'm working at a truck wash. I'm the only one without a felony, so I'm working overnight by myself because everybody got to be at the way by fucking 8 o'clock. I'm calling, asking for extensions for grown ass adults. Hey, can I keep him till 10? Talking to the to the PO.
Yeah,
talking to the
that's
CO.
wild.
Yeah, man. I went through that for a little bit, but then when the music, and I remember my manager, man, he still calls me to this day. At that time, though, I just got the music on Pandora, and I was struggling, right? And he was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing here? I was like, dude, you're fucking right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need somebody like that,
Yeah.
Kick you in the ass, yeah.
And he's like, you got your music on Pandora, bro? He's like, what the fuck? I said, you're right. Went and got a job at T-Mobile. Got drug up to worked as got moved up as a lead, and then went to it was like pulling teeth to get me into management. I just did not want to be in management because I was still trying to just do this music, right?
Yeah, figure out your stuff. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
I didn't want to sell myself to them like that. But life goes on, right? Got in management, man.
Pull that mic right up.
Yeah. So got in management. I'm not saying that it wasn't cool, man. It was, but I mean, deep down, it's not what I wanted, right?
I understand. You have no idea how much I'm relating to this.
So yeah. And at that time, man, shit, you got me thinking about it. It's just wild because I was pushing myself, I got to do what I got to do, trying to be a family, at least a provider.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Understand.
At the end of the day. So, and went through that. I was management for a while, man. And then my buddy was at Verizon, and he had came up to me and was like, hey, yo, it's better money over here, kind of thing. He said, you worried about a title? I said, nah. I said, show me the black and white. Came through and put in my 2 weeks. I had to. So I was at Verizon working 100% commission for at that time until we'll get that. But I was at Verizon for 5 years total, working 100% commission. I mean, I've been in wireless, right? I knew it. Like, it was sales. It was working for me. But this is where it got crazy, man, because, again, accountability, alcohol was a problem.
Alcohol is a crazy one. Me and my son were just talking about that, and because he's 18, but kids are, he'll go with his friends and they still drink and stuff. But I was just telling him, I was like, man, there's a reason they call it spirits, bro. Like that, it's like, it's a demon, bro. It can get a hold of you. You got to be careful. Every time you're dancing with it, you got to be careful.
Facts. Facts. And crazy thing is, I was a functional alcoholic, man. Like, I didn't lose a job. None of my bills were paid. You know, like I was functional, bro. Like, and that's so. I finally get. They pulled me aside, man. It was just like, yo, we're kind of starting to notice, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And hey, your numbers are kind of slipping too. You know, we're gonna give you a month to step it up.
Put you on that pit plan.
Yeah. And mind you, my record after this, it's already been like 8 years at least, right? So they have this conversation with me, man. Tell me I got 30 days. I go home. Yeah, 30 days. I probably could have cleaned it up, kept my job.
But you coped with it in the way you knew then.
Yeah. Woulda, shoulda. Right.
I could have let him fire me, and I could have went, and like I told you, my work ethic, right? I could have went and got another job, did the same thing, worked my way up to management. I'm not worried about it.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, it's gonna be the same shit, dude. I said, fuck that. I'm gonna do it for myself this time. So, had that conversation in the mirror, like, you know what the problem is?
I respect that, bro. I do.
It was tough. Dude, I went through withdrawals.
Oh, so you were super functioning.
Oh, dude, I was sleeping with shooters under my pillow.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's wild. When was this? How long ago was this?
So I'll be 2 years, no alcohol in January.
Congratulations, brother.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So my business and my sobriety, they run concurrent.
Yeah.
So after that conversation, man, I went to bed and I started my LLC drunk as fuck. Was like, what's the name? I was like, I needs. Not fucking kidding.
Yeah.
And woke up the next morning. It was just like, fuck it. I'm a business owner. And I spent the last 30 days, man, at my job just I just had the LLC, right? But I spent the last 30 days just researching everything I needed to do and kind of prepare for what was about to happen. I knew it was going to be tough, man, because dude, 12 shooters a day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's wild, yeah.
Like, imagine going down to one just like that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm sad shit, like tasting it just to fucking feel, you know? And I'm like,
a little bit of something.
Yeah, dude, I'm too weak to fucking hold a pencil, you know? Forcing myself to get through my work day.
So you didn't do AA or anything like that?
No.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
That alcohol is a crazy one to be able to just do yourself.
I went to the hospital and the doctor thought I was crazy. I went to get help and I left with happy pills and a therapist.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What, they gave you like Xanax or something like that?
They tried.
Yeah.
Maybe like a placebo, but they helped they thought they helped, but no, man, they tried to get me to do all things but I was like, no, this is what I'm trying to do. And they did what they could, I guess. But I kept pushing against what they really wanted me to do, because really what I was trying to do in the amount of time that I had, because mind you, my job had just let me go. Now I'm thinking, cool, I'll get, what is that? When
unemployment?
Yeah,
yep.
But that ain't shit, dude.
No. No, dude.
What the fuck, man? Like,
yeah.
Anyway, so all of 2023, I am not kidding. I took that unemployment, and all of 2023, my daughter and I, we ate at a church for lunch. I woke up every morning, took my son, who's a year younger than her. They're Irish twins. They got a week where they're the same age.
Oh, damn. Okay.
But we got him in early learning. So I would take him to school. Yeah. All the other kids, the bigger kids would go to school. Wife would go to work. My daughter and I, we would go eat at the church, not because we really had to. It was because my mindset was to save money. I mean, that saved me like 20.
Oh,
bro. Dude, $20. I mean, $12 a day. That was like almost like $50, $60 a
meals
week for me.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's why I did it. I mean, it wasn't because I didn't have food in the fridge. I'm trying to maximize.
Yeah.
And so while we were
You're resourceful, bro. That keeps coming up.
so we're there, and I would spend I try to lay low key and work out business deals, and I started just doing mobile repairs.
Yeah.
I was pulling them up on people, man. I a couple construction sites.
Oh, damn, yeah.
Guys would break their phones while they're on the
while
job.
they're working, dropping it.
Dude, I broke the boss's phone. Please.
Yeah.
Dog, I got you. you know?
That's actually cool.
Yeah, so I pull up, man. A guy at his son's football game. The mom had broke her daughter's phone while she was at school. It's crazy, man. Home care people, you'd be surprised. There's a market. I found it.
Okay, yeah.
So I tapped in and I made it work, man. But going to the library, printing out 100 pages, and putting them motherfuckers up, and really doing what I can, man. And then like I said, that unemployment was not enough, dude. And mind you, I'm doing everything I can, right? I took recycled phones from work. They were going to be thrown away, so I took recycled phones before they let me go, and I fixed them.
Smart. Wow.
Yeah.
And fucking flipped them.
Yeah.
And learned what not to do again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's how I got it started. And I bought one phone off eBay, fixed it, and sold it. Just repeated
flipping.
Just kept
Yeah.
it going, dude. The discipline was nuts. Like I wouldn't, and even to this day, I'm scared to spend $1. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm thinking about everything.
It's a mindset, I think.
Now, yeah, man. And so, again, it's not enough. I'm doing all kinds of, I'm doing what I can for the business. And dude, I got a Google page, and I don't even have a store yet. Like I'm on Google, man.
Yeah.
I thought so far ahead. Like by the time I got to my store, I already had everything implemented and waiting for me. Like literally, me not having a brick and mortar was my ceiling. So I had no option but to make it my floor, bro. Like literally, it had to happen. But getting there, so doing what I can to save money. I get a job at Amazon, working at 3 a.m, and I get off at 8. My son has to be at school at 8:30.
Wow.
So I still made it happen. Leave early, whatever. Sometimes they let you leave. But I did that. I would work Amazon from 3 to 7:30, 8 o'clock, get off, and repeat that cycle. Take my son to school, make my daughter go to church, do business, go to sleep. And I did that for 6 months until they fired me. I fell asleep on my 15-minute break. I was fucking burnt, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, I bet you were, dude.
I was, and dude, in the last 2.5 months of it, I had got my store. I just hit my 1 year in there, gentlemen. So
Damn.
This is dope that I'm here. I feel like it's, dude, in November this time last year, I just got the keys, and I was looking in my store like, what the fuck did I just get myself into?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the thing that brought me up to it, like when I reached out to you, was again, I saw that you had the anniversary coming up, and then I also saw that you were invited to do like a talk.
Yes.
Like a business talk.
Yes. And that's part of my journey. So around that same time that I got the job, I found a nonprofit, RMMFI. Thank you so much. They're a nonprofit here in Colorado, and I got accepted into their Denver group. It's for entrepreneurs, man. If you got an idea, you got a plan, and you're about your shit, you go to them. They will help you make it happen.
Fuck, that's amazing,
Dope,
bro.
dude, yeah.
Yeah. So in that, and again, resourceful, man. I'm looking for help, man. I'm on it's a website. It's called findhelp.org. It's a website. There's if you need resources, go there. And so I found this place. I gave them a call. Was like, hey, I have a business. I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Help me. And they heard me out, and the lady was all about it, man. She's her name is Naisha. She has been for me from the start. She's been an advocate for your boy, man. She's been awesome. They all, and the entire staff has been great. So I go through. It's a 12-week course. And they hook, you work with actual people who've done it. People who my financial advisor. His name is Phil. His claim to fame. He used to be an owner of the Globetrotters at one time.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And the business guy I was able to work with was Brandon. He this guy has been buying and flipping businesses since he's 21.
Oh, jeez.
He's around my age.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So he's been doing it, building them and flipping them. So everyone there's got a background. It's great. So if you when you need help, Phil helped me out when it was tax season, filing quarter taxes, man. That was something I had to learn the hard way. Like everything else.
Damn, that is so cool. There's a resource out there like that.
Yeah, man. I just went to them with an idea, and they help. And so you go through this 12-week course. They show you how to structure everything. And my thing, they're looking at this time. I just wanted to sell phones. I didn't want to fix phones, and that's
Okay.
to be honest. It's not that I don't know how. It's just not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And they're listening to me, and they're like, Antonio, they're like, why don't you change your business model? Why don't you offer to repair devices? And just like I told you guys, I'm like, you guys don't understand. That's not what I want to do. I'm only repairing them so I can offer them at a better price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my way of helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you want to help fix the phones? I said, I do understand there's a market for it, but that's not what I want to do. But I took their advice, and I'm glad that I did, because that's when things started to switch. I was only doing it as like a service, right? Something to offer, but they convinced me to put it forward. And so I did that. And right before I graduated from there, man, I was fortunate enough to be in a situation to be able to acquire the store.
Wow.
Yeah, man, the law of attraction works. I took a photo of that store because it's not too far from where I live, and I drive by it, and I remember one day I was like, man, because it's been a cell phone store for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, it'd be cool to have that spot. Like, I live right up the way. My kids' school was right there.
You manifested that shit, bro.
Did.
Yeah. The part that people always miss the part where you have to put in all the work, though. You know what I mean? Like, it is important. Like, you.
Yeah,
you
no,
envision-
100%. But that's part of the manifestation. You gotta execute.
Yes.
And so I took a photo. I went and printed it, and I put it in my work area, and I wrote all my goals around it. And I believe that shit.
Damn, this shit is inspirational. Pierce, we didn't talk before the show at all today, and I was prepared to come in and thought we were talking music production and everything.
Yeah, no.
So right off the bat, that's like why I went there initially. But this is fucking an inspiring story, bro.
I appreciate that,
Yeah.
man. Thank
And
you.
Yeah, like you were saying though, his spot that he has is out there in Park Hill, and it's a high traffic area.
The Cole neighborhood, to be exact.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, not too far from Park Hill,
Yeah.
though. But yeah, it's right there off. It's 1628 Bruce Randolph Avenue, Denver, Colorado. Yeah, right in the Cole neighborhood.
Yeah.
Very historic. Yeah, man. Got a great history in that area. My family alone has been there since the 60s.
Wow.
Yeah, so pretty embedded there. It's cool, man. My neighbors know my parents.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Damn, that's cool.
But yeah, man, I took that photo, and I was able to have a conversation with the owner. And then one day I just bumped into him walking down the street. And just kind of, that offer's still out there, man. And yeah, man, around this time last year, I was grabbing those keys like, holy fuck. And this is all great, right? And even at the program there, they're kind of like, are you sure? Like, what if you can't pay the bills? which they have every right to.
Yeah,
100%. I'm not even mad. And I'm just like, nah, not going to happen. They're like, well, what if? I'm like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not
There's
a
no
what if.
if.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Right.
They're like, Antonio, what's your plan B? I'm like, to make plan A work.
Yeah.
Plan B, C plan A.
Right? 100%. So, yeah, man, they bugged out on that. But, here we are a year later. I'm in there still.
Yeah.
Man, congratulations, dude. Congratulations in so many different ways.
Thank you.
It's really interesting, too, how your health is lined up with it, too, like with alcohol and stuff,
Oh,
lining
man.
up with your...
Yeah, but that was a journey in itself, man. That was not fun. And for that reason, I just will never touch alcohol again.
How tough was that doing both at the same time, though?
That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. That's the whole picture. I literally quit alcohol, built a business while taking care of my daughter like that. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I didn't just do one at a time. Like I didn't just
It was
quit
all
alcohol.
concurrent. Yeah, it was all
and then
concurrent,
build
dude.
my
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
Damn, that's hella inspiring.
Well, I had to, man. I had to. I really had no option. It was either this works or it don't. Like, I could have went and got a job somewhere else, but I knew deep down, even if I were to quit alcohol, like I couldn't keep a job like that. Like, again, going back to how tough it was tough. There were times where I would have my daughter and we would have to pull over and I would have to chill and calm myself to do whatever the fuck like any withdrawal, anything I was going through. There were moments, man, it was tough. And I would think to myself, like, man, if I had a job right now, like a real fucking job.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Bugging. Yeah, you'd be bugging. Yeah.
100%. Like, dude, how would I explain that? Like how it's embarrassing.
This reminds me so much like it's almost like the Pursuit of Happiness style.
Yes,
story
bro.
that Tucson
Yes.
has here. You should get a Terrell Matheny to make a movie of you, man.
Yes, bro. I would watch.
Make it happen, bro. Make it happen.
Oh my God.
But seriously. So, like I was saying before, your this talk that you're doing for that, like how that.
Oh yeah. My bad, man.
Yeah, no, you're good.
but it's cool. So again, fast forward a year later, here I am in the store, and they do check up on you. They check up on you every quarter to see how you're doing.
Yeah.
And Naisha is just kind of what you guys are saying, like, you just don't give up, do you? No, ma'am. And so I get an email, asked if I could go be a keynote speaker at a fundraiser event that they're having. And I thought that was cool as fuck.
Yeah, it is, dope.
I've never done nothing like that, man. And it's been how long since I even touched a mic?
Yeah.
And that was one thing I had to do when I went up there, to make sure I wasn't holding it like I was performing. I just remind myself, hold it here. And so I accepted a course, man. And my wife went with me, and man, I had great feedback. People coming up to me saying the same shit, man. Just like, holy fuck, like, wow. And it feels good. It's just like, I'm just telling my story, man. Like, if I have to get to, like, how I really, like, I just knew it was something that needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. There was nothing else. Like, that's it. It just needs to be done.
That's behind so much success, I think. It's like original conviction. Like, it's just, it is already done. I just got to do it now. But it's already done.
Boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some people are like, what if?
Yeah.
Like,
No, and through my journey, man, I had people that, intended to get sober with me, around me.
Yeah.
mm,
I had people that wanted to build a business with me. I'm the only one here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Not saying that I don't have, like, my wife or my family, which I do. But one thing I learned, man, is at least, the road that I'm on, being an entrepreneur is lonely, man. I feel like I'm literally in uncharted territory. Like, that's what I'm doing, is I'm trekking through something that everyone's here for the support, but I'm hitting my battles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waking up and figuring out which one I'm going to punch first in the face, and I just keep swinging from there.
That's a great analogy. I like that. I'm gonna wake up swinging and shit too.
Like that's my everyday, man.
Yeah. I love that. And it's interesting you mentioned people too, because like I grew up in a house with addiction too. My dad, he was alcoholic, but he was also did meth and stuff like that. And it took him his whole life to like get away from it. And the only way he was able to quit with that was he had to get away from the people that he had been around for like decades. It was like the same group of people.
And that's just it. And unfortunately, like I get even to my wife, I get me explaining my hey, I'm gonna do this. I get even in that moment, like how crazy I sounded. Like I understand.
Yeah.
And thinking back, it makes sense, man. Like, can you imagine your buddy, coming off a binge, telling you he's gonna start a business, and
Yeah.
No, I've had people in that same way that said that that are in that situation, and they wake up, but they didn't choose like you did. They're still stuck in that rut. They're still, struggling every day. And, it's one of those things that, me as a people person, I'm always trying to be like, hey man, you can still do it, man. You still got time, you still got, trying to talk them up. But when it all comes down to it, just like you said, Two-Tone, it's your own convictions. It's your own, it's your own fight. It's your personal battle. No matter how many people are in your corner, the person that you're fighting is yourself.
That moment you
right
described
there.
in the mirror, dude,
Yeah.
that's like the most powerful part. We have to make a movie. This absolutely has to be a movie. I'm like making notes over here. It's like got all the elements you need, man. That is fucking cool.
So yeah, man, my wife was like looking at me like I'm crazy, and
Everybody
I get it.
probably.
And bro, I would be at Amazon. I'm not even kidding. I got tired of their bullshit. I got tired of just how they ran shit. It's nothing against nothing. It's just I knew I did not fucking belong there.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. Dude, I think so many people feel that way.
Yeah.
And most people don't come to terms with it like that. They don't have a real conversation in their mind like, this shit ain't for me. Like, alcohol or no alcohol, whatever it is, like, the way I'm wired, bro, I cannot play this game every day.
No, and it got to the point where you go clock in and it like tells you where you're gonna be for your shift. Man, fuck that. I got used. I was okay with moving pallets around, so that's what I did. I showed up, I scanned my badge. It told me to be somewhere. I moved pallets.
Yeah.
Went to work the next fucking morning. It told me to be somewhere. Fuck that. I'm moving pallets. Went in scanning again the next day. You're moving pallets. Cool, because I'm moving pallets. So
That was on my list anyway.
They were like, Antonio, why you look like that? Because I don't fucking belong here.
Yeah, man.
That's why. And even when I'm talking to these people, telling them what I'm gonna do, and they're just like, oh yeah, that's and I'm like, no. I'm serious. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
Is that what it felt like at the moment? I'm always very curious.
It really did. And I'm hearing people talk about like being stuck in like the rut, right?
Yep.
That situation. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Well, what the fuck you doing about it?
Yeah, that's always the question.
Yeah. And I really need this job. I'm like, fuck this job.
Yeah.
Why do you need it? I need the money. I'm like, I do too, but I'm not worried about it.
Well, so I think it comes to a lot of like, obviously is that scared state of being, right?
Yeah, I'm doing what I want.
You don't have a backup, right? You're like, you're always thinking about the what ifs. Like, oh, what if I don't get another job? It's like, said the manifestation, right? Yeah. You're not thinking of the positives. You're not thinking of the end goal. You're just thinking of the bad stuff. And when you're thinking of that bad stuff,
oh man,
that's what's going to happen. You're like, oh, dude, what if I don't make any money? What if I go 100% sales and I don't make any money? It's
people
like,
get stuck on it.
And then you get stuck on it. You're not making money.
You just go 100% sales and you don't make any money, and you
figure out the next thing.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, this is where me and him met. We were working at World Mark by Wyndham.
There you go. That was the name.
World Mark by Wyndham. Me and Two-Tone here were the telephone marketers.
Man, I was just trying to be a civilian.
Yeah, we would call up. We were those people that called you up and said, "Hey, congratulations! You just won a 3 days, 2 nights, all expense paid trip to Las Vegas. All you got to do is come in, watch a little 90-minute presentation.
That's what you guys did?
Yeah, and then you're done.
And at that time, I'm serious. I was trying to become a civilian. I was living out of my car. Kind of came out of a bad situation, selling things I shouldn't have been. Had to go hide out for a little bit. And that was it, man. I let a buddy let me borrow his address so I could get that job. I was living out of my car. I remember the manager making fun of me, man. He made an example out of me in front of everybody. Were you there that day when I was sleeping in my car?
Oh, Sonny?
Yeah. Fucking punk. I hope he listening.
Sonny, if you're out there.
Fucking punk.
Yeah. No, it was, that place was the sales side. That's where Sonny ran. He's the PD for the site.
Yeah,
but
I'm curious about that story a little bit.
No, I was on my break.
Yeah.
And he went to my car and woke me up because he wanted to have a company meeting with everybody about whatever the fuck he was arguing about. Though. I don't know. He was mad about something about what's going on at the company, and he wanted a meeting. And where's Antonio? Oh, he's on his break. He's sleeping in his car. Fucker came to my car, woke me up, and then got pissed that I was sleeping in my car. Mind you, a few hours ago, I just got woken up by a cop because I was sleeping in some random apartment complex, and my foot was on the brake, and the brake light was on, so the cop woke me up.
Oh, shit.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I was tired, bro. And so he woke me up for that and kind of like made an example out of me in front of everybody.
But what was the thing?
He was calling me lazy. Yeah, he was calling me lazy. All that, like, dude, fucking punk.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
It reminds me of David Goggins, though. I feel like that dude probably burned something into you. There's just some inspiration, that motivation. You're thinking about. Do you ever? Because David Goggins is like that. He's fueled by some of that energy.
In this moment of getting sober and like I'm like getting my story right. I'm like feeling myself and just randomly I think of one of my 6th grade teachers. I'm like that fucking bitch.
That's so crazy. You say
dude,
that.
So it's crazy. You know what she told me?
Yeah. What?
We're having a conversation one time, and she tells me, she goes, you know what, Antonio? She goes, you're a child only a mother could love. And dude, I'm so stupid at that time. That shit flew right over my head. I didn't even catch it.
Yeah, now you know.
Yeah, fucking bitch. Fucking fat, overweight.
It's just crazy to me, though, because that's what teachers don't realize, because I teach 7th grade, bro.
And it affects somebody their whole life.
What you're doing every day is they're going to remember that shit way down the road.
Yeah. And I wonder what she doing now. She probably unhappy. She was overweight then. I could imagine now.
Well, people who say shit like that are not happy.
Are generally unhappy.
They're not happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They try to bring people back down to their level.
Which is a crazy choice to be that person and be like, I want to shape young lives. Like, what the fuck, dude? And there's a lot of that. There's teachers like that, right? And because that's the thing is, we think, oh, I'm teaching math, but you're not. You're shaping young lives. They're forming their beliefs about who they believe they are and what they believe is possible for them. And you got to lift that shit up, not squash it down. Because what is the point? Why are you? I'm getting worked up just thinking about this 6th grade teacher. Where is she now? Let's look her up.
Right?
No,
dude,
I'm just
I'm
kidding.
telling you, every now and then I'll remember that, and it helps me forget everything else. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm not that mad. No matter how bad shit's been to me. I've never been like that.
Do you want to say something, take somebody down like that? Take them down a notch?
I let God handle that.
Yeah. That's the way to go with that.
Man. And that's part of my journey right there, of just not giving up, just trust, man. Trust, right?
Just like you trusted when they gave you the advice to start repairing phones, and you were like, it's not really what I want to do. You do it, and it just opens up all this stuff for you.
Coachable.
Coachable moment, yeah.
I like that.
And 100% believing in God, man. A lot of prayer.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. Like, how long have you always believed in God?
Yes, but I've never had the relationship I have as of lately. And that's real.
I love that.
I don't know how you guys about that. I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I just never, but that's just the truth.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. I'm a big believer in God too, and I think that He's got plans for us that you don't always see. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. That's where you said that trust and faith, and that's why I think faith is such a big part of so many different religions.
100%.
Because if you have a trust in a higher force, and at the end of the day, like all the different religions of the world and the way people think, I think it comes down to something that this dude who passed away like 10 years ago, Wayne Dyer, he was like a motivational speaker and stuff, but he once said that like every action that you do, every single thing you do, everything you say in your entire life is either motivated by one of two things. It's either love or it's fear. Those are the only two things driving you. So when I was thinking about that earlier when you were talking about like
fear.
Yeah, you were talking about all those people that just live in that fear of like, what if this happens and what if that happens?
No, that's what drove me was just the fear of failing.
That's interesting.
I can't even say the fucking word. See that?
Yeah.
It's not an option. It's not even in my vocabulary.
Yeah. There's something to be said for that because not everybody does what you did, bro. That's why there's a reason it's inspirational. So many people get stuck in those traps. They don't ever get out.
God.
Amen, bro.
I appreciate y'all having me here, man. This is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, likewise. It's a
Yeah,
it's a big turn of events, you know. It's just you know, from what you were doing back then, even like I said, when I knew you, even when at that point in time it was a little bit different.
I still
too,
got
so.
records in the vault. Like I got things and you know, I plan to still implement that. I got my daughter, like, you know, I ain't got nowhere musically. I'm just structuring myself.
Yeah.
That's it. Planting my feet.
You got your nest egg going, you're running with it.
Man. I done a lot of crazy things in my life, dog, but this up here is definitely one of them. And you know, it's a on the job training every day.
So okay, so I want to know, like, so when you took over, you became an entrepreneur. You had an idea of what you were going for. You had a goal. Like when you got to the real of it, like you were like in the business, you're like, shit, you know. I got to have insurance. I got to have this and this and this and this. And like, what was going through your head with all that stuff at that time?
I need a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm up to like 80 push-ups a day, bro. Come on.
Dang.
Wow. Okay. I know I saw him he was throwing the hands like shadow boxing there. I was like, it looks like this guy does this.
You know, I didn't just lose all that weight. You know, I'm fast as fuck now.
Yeah. Did you lose a lot of weight?
Oh, bro, I was at 155. I dropped. That was another thing. I dropped down to all the way to 122 from 155. Even for a second, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Yeah. Damn. Whew.
Yeah. So it's been a journey just
drop,
getting my weight back up to where it's at now. I'm at 130.
Gotcha. How tall are you?
5'5".
Okay.
Yeah. So even at 155, you know, I didn't think I was heavy, but still considered overweight apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm way down that road, Pierce. Yeah. Overweight according to the Google.
To the according to the BMI.
The BMI, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
you
It's
know,
not a real scale.
I weighed myself at US Bank. So.
Turns out it's priceless.
Right.
In the future, do you want to put a little more energy into music? You say kind of right now is where you're structuring yourself.
Yeah, and I'll get there. Shooting movies, that seems fun.
Yeah.
Working with my boy Joe on one. Him and I are talking. My boy Loco Joe. Check out his record, The Cholo Walk.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it shit's fire. It's dope video. He just shot another one. He's about to release. And when it comes to my business, man, a big supporter. My boy Joe, he's a real one, man. I owe that man a lot. He's been here for me. He's still here. He's been around a long time. You know, he's my dog. But I mean, him right there, dog. That's my dog.
You have no problem expressing gratitude toward people, I notice, and I think that. And when we talk about your resourcefulness, you know, like not being humble enough to be able to ask for help and to look for resources. I honestly think that's a big reason people get stuck and never get out. So many people just don't want to ask anybody for help. There's levels, right? There's different types of asking for help. Some people, it's different. It's a different thing. They're trying to get you to.
You gotta swallow your pride, and you know, yeah, and that's just what it is, man. And Joe's just one of those people too. Like he can't explain this dude, man. He's just solid, bro. He real. Like he's good people, bro. Joe's got a lot, and he's real, man. He's humble. So I look, and he's sober too. I look up to him, and even throughout my sobriety, he's someone I reached out to, and you know, he hooked me up with a coachable moment, you know. So yeah, that record right there is fire.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to check it out, Pierce. Maybe we'll have him on or something. We'll reach out.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun one to have. Bring things full circle. I don't even know what to do with you, man. Like, because I'm so caught off guard by this whole conversation. Like, I didn't know, because me and you. I mean, I haven't talked to you in 10 years, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's
the
been a
music's cool, man. I just got a little $45 check for my music.
Isn't that nice when you get those little checks? I love
Random
that.
ones, yeah.
Yeah, dog, it's nothing crazy, but it was cool because that tells me people are still listening.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's still
yeah.
spinning somewhere. I know I made the top 100 in Nepal on iTunes.
Wow.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, that's wild.
And that was one of them things, man. And that was killing me too, because I do think about that. Like, damn, I should have fucking went. I could have been a fucking rock star or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's funny how you do that, because I mean, my journey is a little bit similar. Like, because for years I had kids. Like, I was 26 years old. All of a sudden was having a kid for the first time. I was working graveyards at a gas station. I was staying with my parents. She was staying with her parents. Like, we were just we just moved in together and found out we were pregnant like the day we moved into our new apartment. And we're like, oh my God, dude, the dating phase is over. And I was like thinking, like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, because we talked about it. We wanted to have kids, have more kids.
Yeah, when I'm over there making my kids a bottle. I'm like, one for you, one for you, one for me.
Yeah, but it's funny when you're doing something that you don't like. It sucks the life out of you, bro.
And that's what it is right there, right, man. I'm glad you said it, because that's what it is. It's just, okay, if you don't like this, then change it. And that's what it was. Like, I knew I was cool at my job. I was fine. Like I told you, I could have gone and repeated that process, got my shit together, got a management job or something, worked my way up, but I wouldn't have liked it.
Right.
I wouldn't have been able to provide that life, man. At least the life that I want for my family as a W-2 employee, not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It didn't make it. The math wasn't math, and dog.
It's just cool that you know that and that you're willing to take action on it. Because I think so many people don't. Some people don't even realize they have the power.
Well, see, and again, too, that's where the problem is too. Because talk a lot of shit. You know, I even having that talk in the mirror, man. I remember how many times I was drunk, was just like, yeah, you're just fucking lazy. You don't want to do it. I said this shit, that I'm saying now, but I said it drunk.
Yeah, being real to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to sit there like, Tone, you talked a lot of shit, dude.
That's the part. None of it's possible without a self-reflection.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was
like a lot of the times what happens too when people drink, it's that, like I call it, as that truth serum.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Right.
The truth comes out, when you're down, and you're looking at yourself, or you're looking at somebody else, right? And they look at you and they say, I need you, or, I don't need this, and everything like that. Then it comes out, it's just like, that sloppiness, it's just there.
And that's where I was sloppy. I mean, that time, probably a lot more than I think, but but that's the truth, right? But that's what I was doing. That's what I was saying to people. You're just fucking lazy. You just don't want to fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What I compared that to is, like, I remember having a conversation with my friend Sarah, and saying that when you're drunk, in that that vulnerable person that's been hiding in you for so long, gets up to that brain and unlocks it and locks that person up. Locks that person up that's been holding back things, and just goes in there and picks out stuff, right? Just picks out stuff out of the brain, like, you're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to say this, we're going to do all this now. And then it's like you wake up in the morning and you're like, fuck. Like...
A lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, alcohol is a crazy one, right?
Oh, yeah, man. And I mean, it
if I'm not mistaken, you have a
some
song.
good friends.
You have a song that says, I drank too much.
I do, man. Yeah, and that's the fucking funny thing. And that's actually that record there, it was intended as just a filler record, but I actually get a lot of feedback on that one.
Yeah. I remember that song. Yeah, you said you drink too much.
I wasn't lying.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? That's what people love in music. It's the truth and
Yeah.
the authentic writing and stuff like that. It's not always people try, they have like big music now. It's all these programmed hits, and they got all these ghost writers and people working on what are the people gonna like.
Yeah.
But the best fucking
Focus
music is
groups and
just
shit.
coming from your heart. It's true experiences. It's real.
And how I feel now, I don't think there's an age limit on music.
No.
That's
No,
why
bro.
I feel so. And I don't know if that was a thing, but for some reason I believe that. like I felt like there was a time limit, and so for some reason to me it was just that's why my work ethic towards it was just like.
How old are you, buddy?
I just turned 38.
38. Okay, so I'm a little older than you, but I think it's as you go back in generations with music, that's what there was always that feeling of like limited time, bro. Like you got to act now while you're young, or else there's no.
There's these two guys that I follow like on Instagram. These two old British dudes.
Oh, the rappers.
The rappers.
Oh, they're so good.
I know Bass and Pete's one of them.
Yeah.
But there's the British ones that I forget their name.
But do you know they just made their first record?
See, there you go.
Like how old they are.
This is an inspirational episode,
Yeah,
Pierce.
music doesn't. Yeah, like you said,
Fucking love
music
this.
doesn't have an age limit. You know,
Yeah, it
you're gonna
doesn't.
enjoy music whenever point in time of your life.
My boy Joe is like 46, I believe, and he just released that Cholo Walk. But again, this is top tier of his work, man. So I'm excited for him.
Yeah, to me, it's just about making the artwork and putting it out there and continuing to do it. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah,
Pierce.
no, and see, that's what, again, man, I'm looking around really, and again, I'm maturing maybe, I don't know, I'm looking at like,
Definitely, bro.
I got time.
Yeah.
You know, let it marinate, let these words, I know what I'm doing once I get in there, you know.
Yeah.
I still got everything I need to get it done.
Yeah, yeah.
But this time I have the tools. I need to go to a library, but who knows, man, I might just do it.
Yeah, hell yeah. You never know.
I still go to the church. Yeah, I'll go get a lunch.
Yeah.
I'll just sit there. I'm not trying to find business now, but you know, Ethel makes a mean meatloaf, bro.
You don't want to forget where you're from, too. You know what I mean? People do get lost. They get some success, and then their perspective changes. They don't remember where they came from. They don't remember those struggles.
Oh man, I live a very frugal life now. Not that I have money, but even if I did, it'd still be the same. I think now. Like I said, man, I proved to myself I could spend money.
Yeah.
So it's just being smarter now, right? And
Yeah.
And this is great because these are all things that I'm being able to show my kids, and you know, the older ones, unfortunately they got to witness, you know, part of the madness, but hopefully they see the turnaround too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So.
And at certain,
100%.
you know, at those ages, they're moldable still. They're still influenced.
No,
and
they're paying attention. I see it, and you know, it's cool to see.
It is cool. It's cool to watch them turn into like.
Oh, bro, my oldest daughter, she got some scholarship. She earned Manual High School. I believe it's a new science room. Got all new computers.
Oh, damn, dude.
Like, she got some grant. Yeah, man.
Wow.
They got her picture on the wall.
Damn.
that's what's up. Okay.
That's awesome.
Super proud, man.
Hell yeah. Those are the magic moments in life. I love that. I don't know if we did this. If we did, it might have changed anyway 10 years ago. But we always ask guests who haven't been on before the island question.
Yeah.
You want
So
to hit him with it?
again, things were wild back in the day when we had smoke.
Yeah, it was a different
I
whiskey
don't-
bottle was
yeah.
literally our logo
Yeah.
back then.
I don't think we had a chance to ask you this question, but you're stuck on a tropical island. Okay, you have everything you need to live a full, long, happy life. Okay, you're on your island. You have a way to play music, but you only have one album only that you're going to listen to for the rest of your life.
DMX, it's dark as and hell is hot.
There you go. That's another fast answer, man.
Never had that one, have we?
No,
I don't think we ever had
no,
DMX.
No, that is a great album, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I could listen to that from beginning to end without even skipping a record.
What do you love most about it? Like, why that one?
I still listen to it. I was listening to it on the way in.
Yeah.
Literally.
I'm not even kidding, man. It was music that it just grabbed to me, right? And for some reason, as I went through life, it more and more the lyrics would just stick out to me. And then I read the book, fell in love with the album even more.
Yeah.
And then just to this day, like I'll catch shit that's just like, damn.
Yeah.
Like Slipping right now.
Yeah.
That song is hitting a whole different way.
Yeah. Fallen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. See, that makes me happy as an artist too, and probably you too. Just like you said, you get that $45
Well, that's
check.
from Flesh of My Flesh, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you create art and you put it out there, if someone's enjoying it, like realizing
That's
that.
why I'm not forcing music.
Yeah.
Exactly, for that reason. I'm not going to force a record. I just can't find myself to be one of those artists. So anything I put out is just, whether trash or not, like, that's just how I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, to me, that's what it's all about. I'm talking about ghostwriters and all these big things. Like, that's not where it's at in art in general, especially in music. Just thinking about that, because I just think about DMX and think about, you put something out and it's like years later, like different people still getting different things out of it. There's something magical about really creating something from your soul and your heart. And you don't get that when you are pressing or you're trying to create a hit or you're trying to do this specific thing. You get it when you're expressing your soul, man, and what it's like to be a human being and the pains and sufferings that we go through, the glory of it at the end, hopefully, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, music is a very powerful thing, but
Oh yeah, Ready to Meet 'Em was one that I jammed every once in a while then, but again, as of lately, that's been on my playlist.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm not listening to all this new shit, bro.
And your island music, Pierce, 1973.
yeah,
Both of us.
my song was my album was Earth, Wind and Fire, Gratitude, 1973. It's an old
Can't
one.
say I gave that one a good listen.
Yeah. And Bob Marley, Catch Fire, also 1973. That's one. But I relate to you. I used to have that old red pickup truck I used to drive around, had a cassette player in it.
Yeah.
I had that Catch a Fire just go, I mean, for years, dude. It was the only thing that I was listening to. Yeah. He knows.
Oh, yeah. That was like me in the Forrest Gump movie VHS. Oh man, when I first met my wife, all she had was this little, man, it's like a 12-inch TV, bro. But little tiny thing that had the VHS attachment.
It's in it already, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
That
Back
was
in the
top
day.
tier shit at one time.
It was.
Yeah, it was. It's built in. You just plug it in.
It was all in one unit? Come on, man. Yeah. I'm talking about music, Dollar.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say it already.
Yeah.
I saw that you released some new music.
Yeah, I put out 9 songs today.
Yeah.
9?
Yeah, just for the hell of
Yeah.
it. It's stuff
The ones I haven't seen all of them. I've seen Homies and I've seen Angels so far, and I've listened to those ones.
Okay, cool. Yeah, what are your thoughts, bro? Because I in the past I would put so much time and effort into production.
Yeah.
And this time I was like, nah.
No, Dollar.
It's
I've
just
told
the
you
songs.
before.
Yeah.
You're an acoustic man. I love the acoustic sound.
Oh, thank you, brother. I really want to get your thoughts on the version of Dancing in Sunshine. You'll have to check it out.
Right.
It's because I put out this Dancing in Sunshine one time. It's a song I wrote that everyone liked. So I went to the studio. I paid all this money and did this fancy workup thing.
What studio? Side 3?
Oh God, what was it called?
In the Spot.
On the Spot. It's called the Spot. It was in
Oh,
Boulder.
yeah, but not familiar.
Yeah. So I went there, did all that, put it out, and then I just never liked it, bro.
Man,
it was so
they
clean and
put
crisp.
organs in it and stuff.
Yeah, it was like a full band thing, and I'm always like a singer-songwriter guy.
Was it the triangle at the end?
That's what got me. Like, I can't take it. Triangle at the end. But then Mike always loved this, like one I did on YouTube, and it was just a guitar. I just turned on the mic and just jammed it out. And I've heard that feedback from people for so long. And same for me. I have a similar journey with music where I was dedicated to try and make that work for a long time. I was pounding away at it for all the wrong reasons. It just didn't work out. I found my way into teaching. I fell in love with teaching kids. I absolutely love it. And now I'm in a different place with music. And now for the first time, I'm hearing what people have been telling me for years, which was just like, dude, don't put all, it doesn't have to be all shiny and glistening and all that. All you really got to do is just write songs.
Make it yours.
Make it yours. It's got to be you.
As long as it sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, so I appreciate you noticing that. I didn't say a word before. I didn't tell anybody anything was coming out. It was just all of
9
a sudden.
songs, how long did that take you to do?
Those all together, the hours that went into that, I don't know. Not long. Because if you know those recordings, some of those are old recordings from when I used to have an old manager and she wanted me to make a simple demo.
So how do you compose music like that then? Like, or
Well, so this stuff I mostly put out. I put out one Sunday Love that's got some keys in it and some other stuff. And I lay bass down.
But playing it, like, how do you compose that? Like putting strings.
How do I come up with a song?
Yeah, putting strings together.
Yeah, I always had an instinct for songwriting from the time I started. Not that I was good, but it's all I really wanted to do. I wasn't like, I want to be like, like some phenomenal singer. I don't want to be, I want to be like some phenomenal vocalist. It was never I wanted to write music. I just want to make songs. So I learned like 2 chords when I was like 15. It was my first song. I was like, I only know 2 chords, these 2 chords of the song. And I started doing it. So to answer your question, it's different for every song. sometimes I get like an inspiration or a lyric and I'll write it down and I can't put it anywhere for a long time. And then one day I'm jamming on the guitar and I come up with a little lick or a chord progression or something. I'm like, oh, let's try that out. Or sometimes I just start writing with the guitar and I'm just feeling a groove and all of a sudden I just let words kind of come to me. And I'm like, I kind of write like Dom, except he's the extreme version where he just freestyles everything and then like picks pieces out and like puts it together. So I do some of that too, for sure. But yeah, I guess I don't know if that answers your question.
No, it does, because I know for me, when I string a guitar, I thumb it, whatever you say for that, nothing comes to mind to say this string will go before this string. None of that happens for me, man, unfortunately. So kudos to you on that. I think the guitar is dope, man. Yeah.
Thanks, bro. It's been a love since I was like 15. It's just been a way that, just
what were those two chords? Was it a G and C?
G and A minor.
Okay.
I'll never forget it. Yeah, G and C, good guess, though.
I just watched an interview with Seal, Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah.
Was written in a similar fashion. He only knew a handful of chords himself. That's how it started.
See, that's crazy. So I always feel like with songs, that's why I love them so much, is like, as much as I've written a ton of songs and like, I guess I'm proud in some way, but more than anything, I just feel like you uncover them more than you create them. I feel like there's so much just out there and you start fiddling around with music and you're just like dust. It's almost like archaeology. Like you're brushing away the dust and you're like, oh, look at this little gem. But you're like, I didn't know it was going to be there when I started. Like I just was looking for something. I feel like there's that certain something about creativity where it's like, yeah, it's you, but it's coming from somewhere else. Like there's a beauty in the universe that it's our job to just kind of like show to people or to like uncover in some way. That sounds crazy a little bit.
I've had a few of those go in the studio and just a record just comes together. But then there's somewhere just even write the verse days.
Oh, dude, I know. It's, you know what? The honest truth is it's so rare that that's the case. And it's a song everybody ends up loving when you really laboring away on it. It's like you want it to be, but it's like, it's almost better those ones you sit down and you're like, damn, 30 minutes later, you're like, I pretty much have a whole chord progression. I got the lyrics. Like,
there's still sun outside?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, like, what I think is always amazing, I always think too of like, music production and that fast music production was Prince when he made that whole album in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
His very first album, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And sold out and just, I mean, the rest is history.
Yeah. There are people like that. They're just geniuses.
Yeah.
I feel now like with music, to even just make yourself somewhat profitable, you have to know how to kind of do everything in-house.
In-house, nowadays you got to learn that social media game, right? You got to learn those algorithms. You got to learn those things. We had a past band in here, and
who are you talking about?
Relate? Yeah,
Relate.
They're Relate from here in Denver. But one of the bands that they were touring with had made a song like 15 years ago, but then somebody had caught a bit of the song and made a fucking TikTok dance out of it. Bam, the rest was history. And then now all of a sudden their song was popular and they're back on tour. It's
wild.
They never thought that they were going to do anything, and then that song went viral on TikTok and people started dancing to it.
That's cool.
And so now they started like a tour up, and then Relate was part of that tour.
For him, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It is, because it's changed so much, like that's the other thing that's kind of makes me sad a little bit, is like people don't listen to albums as much. There's not as many people. Well, there's still people creating albums like from start to finish, like that experience. But so few people appreciate that. Everything's in these little sound bites and these little playlists and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's interesting ways to like be exposed to people. TikTok's a crazy
one.
And
that's to tie into that too. Like, do you know if he's got his paperwork in place? Like, all that stuff matters.
It really does.
I think that's they do. So now they're getting the paid for their plays and all that stuff and everything.
Dope. That was one thing I ran into a lot. In some cases, it made me the bad guy. Ran into a lot of artists who failed to properly
credit
copyrights and all
that stuff, probably do the back end work, right? I'm just gonna throw it on, what was it, MySpace or
sure,
YouTube or SoundCloud at that time, right? Whatever. I'm gonna throw a Reverb Nation, I'm gonna just throw it up there. Boom, I'm gonna go do a show, I'm a rapper. yeah, man, I ran into a lot of that, and I'd point that out, and like down to as little as, you know, artists would sell their CDs, but they wouldn't. The barcode would be there, but you would scan the barcode and nothing would come up. Well, when I released my album, you scan my barcode, you knew where my shit was. Like it populated online, right? And fuck, man, something I tied in too early. That I actually found out years later was a thing in the game was, you guys remember what's Angelo CDs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, part of that time when we were doing all them shows and shit, I just put out the album. What I was doing is I would go put my CDs on consignment there, and then either I or someone would go buy up all my CDs before I go on tour.
Yeah.
And then resell the CDs. I mean, they're still packaged and everything,
Yeah.
right? So resell the fucking CDs while I was on the road.
Whoa, crazy.
Double pay.
Yeah,
Resourceful.
And I was getting the sound scans, and then I'd get a check when I get my money, check, but I'd technically get my money back when I came back, and just rinse, lather, repeat. That was part of that's
pretty dope.
That's how I was getting my sound scans.
Wow, crazy. I would have never thought of something like that. Thinking back to like,
dude, I was on the QR code game. I was on that early. I was putting that on my flyers. And people were like, "What the fuck is this?" I remember explaining to people.
Use your phone. Use your phone.
Yeah, bro. Like no one knew. I mean, that's where what I'm doing now makes sense because I've always kind of been that
the tech savvy.
nerd.
Yep.
Man, in a sense, and always been in that stuff. Like at the library, I was reading those kind of books, taking apart shit. My mom getting mad because I'm taking apart my CD player, asking for another one, or my tape players at the time, you know, because I wanted to see.
Fix it. Yeah.
I want to see how the auto reverse works.
yeah, sure, man, that's cool as hell, bro.
Yeah. So, you know, I was doing that shit and repairing phones, man. I only did that to help customers maximize on their promos when trading in at T-Mobile. And this was before they were taking broken devices as trade-ins. So customers would be like, I want to trade in, and I'm like, I'm like, I got you.
Yeah. See, that's cool though, man. I think helping people in general.
And that's really what it was. And that was my whole thing. And that's what I love now, man. I feel like I'm really helping. I'm doing something positive for my community. I'm a UPS access point. I get people grateful that I'm there for that. You know, keep their packages safe. I know it doesn't sound like much, man, but to some people it's a big deal, and that's cool.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yep. They don't want that what they say, the porch pirates, nothing like that.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Which is they're running rampant this time of year too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Even with cameras, people are so ballsy with
Yeah, dude. Nobody cares, dude. Yeah.
Hey, Pierce, what do you say? It's I think we got like 17 minutes ish left.
Oh, you want to hit up those
fun facts? Let's go.
So again, if you want to be a part of the fun facts, pretty simple, pretty easy. Just go to MikeandTonyShow.com. We have that on the site. You can sign up, or just send us emails. You know, send us a message on Spotify, anywhere, Instagram. You know, I'll get you signed up for those fun facts. Julia from We Build Montana.
I saw that post.
Yeah, posted that they read our fun facts
on their road trips
around, and so
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty nice to see that going through. And I know a few other people who read their fun facts like with their family. They'll sit down and read fun facts with their family and stuff. So I put a lot of effort into this, you guys. So just so you know that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so it's Ben Stiller's birthday today.
Is it?
So it's a little bit of fun facts in there. It's National Moose Day. Moose, as in like the dessert.
Dude, my parents live in Alaska.
Yeah.
Oh,
an Alaskan moose.
Apparently, you can't just hit them and take them home.
Yeah.
I thought that's how it would be, but no, you got to go put yourself. Yeah, you got to report them, and then you get put on a list, and then you get the next one. Someone doesn't claim, or the next one that becomes available, or some shit like that.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's so crazy. You'll eventually get one for hitting one.
Which you should. Them fuckers are huge. It's a lot of damage to a car.
Those things are
gigantic. It makes sense.
Bro.
Yeah, they don't want people driving around like
aiming for them. Fucking like you're playing crazy taxi.
More moose.
All right, so here again, it's Ben Stiller's birthday. Okay. Ben Stiller was a drummer of a punk band called Capital Punishment, which actually released a studio album called Roadkill in 1982.
I thought you were going to say that's who Big Pun named it after.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. He's a crazy dude, Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
I never knew that. So he was a drummer in a band, and then an album called Roadkill after he was just talking about taking moose out.
Yeah. Perfect segue on that one. This term right here, Herkel Durkel, is a Scottish term which means to lie in bed long after it's time to be up and about.
Herkel Durkel.
Herkel Durkel.
Is it like a
is it Herkel Durkelin? Like
that's what I was wondering too.
Okay.
Herkel Durkel. Yeah.
Is it, okay, so it's like a verb.
Yeah.
It's like an action. You're Herkel Durkelin.
Yeah.
Stealing it. Stolen.
For sure. I did a lot of Herkel Durkelin over the, the Turkey Day break here. Yeah.
This one right here, Meet the Parents. Ben Stiller's
Great
character, Greg Fokker, was originally supposed to be played by Jim Carrey.
Who was going to play him?
Jim Carrey
Wow.
was supposed to be.
No, but he was going to play Ben Stiller's part?
Yeah.
That would have been
And
crazy.
so, but they did use a lot of the information from Jim Carrey when they were making the movie. And so a lot of the notes that they took and everything like that, and like his Fokker was the name that Jim Carrey came up with too.
Oh, that's amazing, bro. Meet the Fockers.
I mean, I love Jim Carrey, man. I do, but I don't know if he.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm a big fan of Jim Carrey. Don't know if that would have been the role for him.
Because I mean, Greg Fokker, he plays a passive character, right? And
Yeah.
like I feel like Jim Carrey is a little bit more out there,
Right.
Yeah.
more external than Ben Stiller.
Right. Yeah, because Ben Stiller played it more. He's more like straight
Cool
edge,
and
like,
even keeled.
which made it funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I put some Colorado fun facts in there for anybody that's Ohio. For our Ohio listeners.
For whatever reasons, that's the biggest group of listeners we have is in Ohio. We don't know
the
why.
state of Ohio just
Dope.
loves us.
Yeah.
What up, Ohio?
Yeah.
What up, Ohio?
OH.
Yeah.
Io.
But we got some Colorado facts.
Yes. So here you go, Colorado facts. So in case you guys didn't know, the state bird of Colorado is
The
lark.
bluebird.
The lark bunting.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
The
See,
lark
I knew.
bunting.
Lark
Yeah.
bunting, yeah.
That's a crazy name. What is a lark bunting?
It's just a regular ass
big bird?
Yeah. No, it's like a robin-sized bird ish.
Oh, I would have thought Colorado would have like
A big old fucking eagle. Like
an eagle or a falcon or something.
Yeah,
you know?
falcon at least. You
Yeah.
know.
Here we go. Famous French post-impressionist painter Henri Toulouse-Lautrec is credited as creating a chocolate mousse recipe and calling it mayonnaise de chocolat. Chocolate
mayonnaise. That sounds terrible.
That sounds terrible, bro.
Fucking love the marketing behind it. Hell yeah.
It's a good thing we dropped off the mayonnaise part of that.
No, it's all about how you present it, right? Like, again, fun fact on this whole journey here, I started selling privacy screen protectors. You'll find them on Walmart.com, but please don't buy any because I'm going to pull them off.
We'll edit that out.
No, but man, on selling the privacy screen protectors, that was the thing. It's not that I'm selling screen protectors; I'm selling privacy.
Yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah.
That is right.
Which, that's going away right now. I feel
Yeah.
like privacy is quickly slipping through our fingers, man.
Let's see here. Another and fun facts for the day. On November 30th, 2017, the world's longest recorded rainbow lasted for 8 hours and 58 minutes on Taipei's Yangmingshan mountain range.
Damn, 8 hours of rainbow for
almost 9 hours, 2 minutes short.
They never last that long because it's a transition, right?
Yeah.
It's usually when like a storm is going out and the sun's coming through for 8 hours.
I've never timed a rainbow.
Yeah.
We need more time to rainbow, bro. And
Also,
Urkel Durkel, what was it?
Also, to go back with Tyler, like, who's the first person to be like, oh, I'm going to time this rainbow, bro? Like, who's sitting there, like, still there?
Thing. Yeah.
Still there, looking at the
Well,
watch.
this is a long one. You guys missed this.
If you present it right, like that mousse recipe there to the government, you might be able to get some government funding.
like again,
Check it out.
Resources out there.
8 hours, right? 8 hours and 58 minutes. When did he start? Like, how did he know that's when the rainbow started? Was he just sitting there and and it was like,
he's like, there it is. I have a camera going 24 hours and a timer, so I always know.
There it is.
So does that mean there's a professional rainbow
Watch?
Yeah. Bro, you could be anything you want to be.
Yeah, you can.
Follow your dreams.
Everything's a dream. Yeah.
Follow rainbows too.
Let's see here. The Stillers really wanted Ben, so, his parents really wanted Ben to take up the family business. At age 9, He made his acting debut as a guest in his mother's short-lived television series called Kate McShane. So he's been acting since he was little.
Yeah.
And everybody knows his dad, right? You guys know who Ben Stiller's
remind
is?
me. I did.
Jerry Stiller.
That's right.
He was
like an old school.
George Costanza's dad in Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Serenity.
Yeah. Dude, this one's not as fun, but
I'm just not seeing that.
that Instagram post I sent you, wasn't that wild? About that couple?
Yeah.
That they had like, it was like their honeymoon, right?
Yep.
And they were like, went out, where, I can't remember the place was.
This couple went out in the early 70s. In the early 70s, they were going out for a hike, and they gone out for early morning hikes. And as they were going out for an early morning hike, they were walking, and they felt something mushy under them, and they were like, "Oh God!" And they turned and ran away. Didn't think anything about it. But the story later came out that a body was found where they were walking, and what had happened was that the person who actively just killed that people was scared and ran away. Eventually got caught later, and that man was Ted Bundy.
And he recounted the story of like, he thought he was busted. He's like, oh, this couple's coming. They literally stepped on the body, but they took off running. They didn't see anything. They didn't say anything. He was like, oh shit.
They weren't a bit curious. Or just get the fuck
Dude,
out.
right? Right?
They were like this, walk.
Don't look. Don't look.
Did they ever describe like that feeling, that moment, or like what told them to get the fuck out of? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. They probably couldn't explain it. They probably had a gut feeling like, we gotta get the fuck out of here, or they were like, yeah, that's definitely a dead body. Let's get the fuck out of here. I do not want to be.
That's something dead. Something dead isn't anything. So you're making decisions, right? Your brain makes decisions seconds before you even made your decision.
I believe.
Relaying that information to you, right?
You ever kind of like stutter before you do something? You almost like glitch.
Yeah. For sure, bro.
Maybe that's what that is.
Yeah. You're caught it.
Never mind.
Also, Black Friday was yesterday.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody took any deals or anything like that.
I actually did. I did a little Amazon shopping.
Okay.
Yeah, I got myself.
That's Cyber Monday though. It's coming up Monday.
Oh,
that's what Amazon.
That's
a big
right.
thing for that. But
okay.
Anyways, yeah.
I got a message. My packages are lost.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So I hope you get yours.
The term Black Friday was originated in the 1960s in Philadelphia. That's where the police said they described the chaos caused by the crowds of shoppers and the tourists in the city the day after Thanksgiving.
And then that's why they called it Black Friday. It was fucking chaos.
It's fucking chaos.
It's terrible shit. I remember back in the days. Remember back when we were kids, like the people would get crazy at the physical stores.
Yeah.
Like women would like attack each other and shit.
Remember that was one of the Elmos.
Right?
Elmos. Yeah, it's only America, right?
Yeah. Gotta be.
Right, with the Elmos and the Furbies and all that shit back
It's
in the
always
day.
silly shit we look
I
back
wonder
on.
the
Like,
fucking aliens don't mess. Yeah. They don't. They're just like, let them rock. Like they'll be gone. And
motherfuckers are
the aliens
crazy.
And they see shit, they're like, never mind.
We're out.
That's why we only see them in the sky. You don't see them walking around fucking Earth. They see the shit above, and they're like, nah. We're good.
Keep it moving.
They're just humans.
And it's just different aliens. It's not the same species every single time. That's why there's different sightings.
Right. None of them have ever made the decision to actually come down and hang out.
There's a reason why they're there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The Colorado state motto is nil sine numine, which means nothing without divine will or providence.
Nothing without divine will or providence. What does providence mean exactly? I don't know what that means. Providence.
I know
Like
it's a state.
country almost.
Yeah.
Fucking,
like a province, right?
Yeah, like your territory.
Like a state of mind, right? Okay, here we go. In May of 2000, Ben Stiller and actress Christine Taylor were married in Kauai, Hawaii. They've been on screen together in Zoolander, Dodgeball, Tropic Thunder, Zoolander 2, and Arrested Development.
Wow. Working with your spouse there.
Yeah. And then they, I was reading a little bit further into that one, and then they separated in 2017, and then COVID hit, and Ben Stiller invited Christine to come live with him during COVID, so they weren't alone. And they rekindled their relationship, and they're back together.
Oh, wow.
Still married and
yeah, people don't talk about the highlights of COVID.
There you go. Yeah.
Brought them back together,
They're like, we have more money together.
Yeah. That's weird. We don't have to split stuff up? All right.
Yeah.
This ain't so bad.
Here we go. The hottest official all-time temperature here in Colorado was 115 degrees.
Whoa.
And that was recorded at the John Martin Dam in 2019.
And that's hot here.
Yeah.
2019? So
Yeah.
I was here.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
115 degrees.
115 degrees, bro.
That's insane.
I was definitely fucking drunk.
Two-Tone didn't notice. He's like, it's fucking hot.
That's like I was telling Mike one time, like if we lived way back in the day, I would have been a drunk for sure. For sure. But like imagining living like 400 years ago or 500 years ago, just being dirty all the time.
I think
That's
about
like the
that
first
a
thing I go to.
I'm glad I think about that a lot. Like
Yeah.
things I do, I always think of something like that. Like just as little as brushing your teeth.
I know, dude. Just everything. Back in the day, stub your toe or something.
Dead.
It's over for you, bro.
Dead. Oh my God. I actually, that game that I play, that Last War.
Oh, yeah.
Another guy had mentioned, he talked about it. He has one leg. And what happened to him is way back in the day, he's a college football fan. Tennessee beat Alabama in football, and they stormed the field. Well, as he stormed the field, he got his leg cut. It got infected.
Oh, no.
And he lost his leg, bro, for storming the field.
Oh, my God. What did he cut it on?
Could have lost his life. Doesn't something like that turn
No.
into, what do they call it?
Sepsis.
Gangrene?
Yeah, sepsis. Well, gangrene and then sepsis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where it gets they're toxic in your blood. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Blood
dude.
poisoning. Yeah. That's wild, dude. You're just having a great old time, right? You're like, my team just beat fucking Alabama and just stormed the field. And
People don't realize how delicate life really
Yeah,
is.
dude.
See, that makes me appreciate the time that I ran into a pole and hit a wire and had to get stitches in the middle of my forehead. There's a rusty ass wire too.
Oh, damn.
Dude, I've been cut by an aluminum can. I've stepped on rusty nails. Thank you,
no
Jesus.
tetanus. No
In
tetanus.
Final Destination.
And I know for a fact because when you go to the county, they test you.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, you really can't. I saw this thing recently. It was talking about there's a triangle shape on your face in that space. They tell people if you get a zit or a pimple in that triangle,
Yeah, that's
don't mess with it
Yeah.
because it's so close to the veins that or the arteries, right? That go whatever. I don't know. We are not doctors. Whatever it is, it goes it's highly likely it can go straight to your brain.
Dude, I'm gonna end up on Google and find out I have something weird.
Yeah, I had to stop doing all that, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even I had a buddy who got real sick. He had strep throat so bad. He never went to the doctor. Right? He just was like, I'm just gonna keep this.
I'm gonna keep eating halls.
No, exactly, exactly, bro. He's just like, I'm just gonna fucking eat some cough drops. I'll be cool. No, dude, the infection got so bad. Strep, right? It's bacteria.
Yeah.
It got so bad because it's right there in your throat. He got meningitis because the infection found its way through his spine, and he got fucking spinal meningitis.
Bro.
And was
So
in the hospital for weeks.
So what does that do? I mean, okay, it takes you down, but
So it's like bacteria going into your brain.
Your brain, yeah.
oh,
hell,
fuck.
dude.
Yeah, dude.
Well, dude, and that when because you just mentioned this before, and I remember when I was a kid, I had strep throat too, but we didn't know it. I don't know. I just didn't go to the doctor or whatever. And it went on for so long that what happens is it turns into scarlet fever. And that's what I had.
Yep.
So good. Thank God I eventually they figured it out and got me on some antibiotics. But if you don't figure it out, it just keeps going. And that's why what we were just talking about back in the day when we didn't have antibiotics, we didn't have all this shit. Like little things would definitely take you out.
Yeah, see, I would have never known that I was feeling it out the way I was feeling because I needed water. I'd just be like, just another beer.
Just another one.
I think there's water.
There's water.
Yeah, there's definitely.
It's liquidy. It's got
All
water.
right, let's talk about bacteria some more.
Okay.
There's more bacteria in your mouth than there's humans on this earth.
In one person's mouth, there's more bacteria than humans on the entire earth. That's insane. Tony Two-Tone, bro, this has been an absolute pleasure tonight. This was an inspirational podcast for me, and I know it will be for our listeners too.
Oh, for sure.
I appreciate that.
Anything you want to put out there? Refer people. You mentioned your store and stuff. We can say.
Yeah. So if you guys are in Denver area, come visit your boy. It's I Needs LLC. It's INEEDZ. And the address is 1628 Bruce Randolph Avenue, Denver, Colorado 80205. My phone number is 720-515-3393.
Oh no!
There you go.
Go ahead, give me a
blow them up.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it. You're supporting local business.
Hell yeah! Thank you for coming on, brother.
And with that dollar, it is a wrap.
Cheers.